The words my sister said on the phone still haunt me to this day. "Daddy is going to die." She was sobbing uncontrollably. I stood there frozen, feeling completely helpless as the blood drained out of my face. What happened? Choking back her tears, she tried to help me make sense of just what had happened to my first hero. Dad was working on the roof of the house. As he was coming down the 10-foot ladder, the neighbors saw him clutch his chest and fall to the ground, head first. Another neighbor called 911, and fortunately, the paramedics arrived in just minutes. Those quick-acting first responders saved my dad's life. They said my strong, hard-working dad suffered a myocardial infarction, a heart attack, and the fall caused a traumatic head injury. He was lucky to be alive. Dad stayed in critical condition in the hospital for nearly 3 weeks. Doctors said his overworked heart was extremely weak. He couldn't move, barely spoke a word, and had little appetite. Dad didn't even know my name. The thought of my father spending his golden years frail and feeble, unable to recognize his family, weak and unable to move, just tore me apart. Doctors said he was blessed to be alive. But was he really living? They said his heart may eventually perform at 60% capacity. One doctor even smugly said, "if that." Those words hit me like a ton of bricks. As a natural health researcher, I set out on a mission to prove the doctors wrong. And I did. I discovered a way to re-energize him on a cellular level, 100% naturally. Now, he's out in the yard playing with his grandkids, staying out late with his friends, and even going on long-haul motorcycle rides. This could have been a sad story. My father almost spent the rest of his life wasting away in bed after a heart attack. But this historic breakthrough saved him from that horrific fate. And you don't have to be elderly or have a heart condition for this to work for you. In fact, this one nutrient can restore the robust strength, vibrant energy, and even the leaner body you had 10 to 15 years ago. Today, I'm going to show you the exact formula I discovered that gave my father a new lease on life. Over $50 million in clinical research backs up this powerful discovery. In fact, numerous studies and clinical trials show this new breakthrough can help revitalize your body on a cellular level. So much is possible when you give the building blocks of your body what they need. You can rejuvenate struggling heart cells for maximum delivery of energy and nutrients. You can feed energy-hungry brain cells for better memory, faster thinking, and no more brain fog. You can boost muscle cells for more strength, mobility, and better workouts. You can protect your cells from viruses and toxins. You can boost your body's natural production of youthful hormones so you can feel like you're 30 again. You can infuse your bones with key minerals and essential elements to keep them strong as steel. Yes, in just 30 days, you can supercharge your cells, boost energy levels, and put your life into overdrive. I've seen it with my own eyes, and I'm going to show you how to access this all-natural energy-boosting formula. I'll give you the name of every single ingredient. I just want to give as many people access to the near-miraculous remedy that saved my dad from being stuck in a hospital bed for the rest of his life. In a surreal way, I'm almost grateful my family and I went through this terrifying ordeal with my dad. I might never have discovered the scientifically backed secret to turning on your young genes. And there's one thing you need to pay attention to above all else, something that mainstream medicine tends to overlook. It's the one thing that will help you turn on your young genes. But before I go any further, let me introduce myself. Hello, my name is Alex Bradford. For over 15 years, I've dedicated my life to researching little-known health cures from around the world. I want everyone in the world to have access to all the options available. If conventional medicine is a solution to a particular problem, great. But often, the mainstream advice gets us nowhere. Or in the case of my father, they give up on us. But there's always hope. That's why, over the years, I've worked with some of the most influential natural healing doctors, researchers, therapists, and even health renegades to bring their healing therapies to you and your loved ones. And there's one thing you need to pay attention to above all else, something that mainstream medicine tends to overlook. It's the one thing that will help you turn on your young genes and maintain healthy cells. But let me be clear, while I'm a natural health expert, I also believe in verifiable scientific research, especially clinical double-blind studies that can back up what I'm discovering. So I turned to my extensive research background to find an answer. I had to figure out a way to support my dad so he could be that energetic 67-year-old again. When my journey started, my dad couldn't even turn over in bed without help. Now, his life is even better than before his heart attack. And this remedy can help you and any of your loved ones by transforming your health from the ground up. Literally, your cells are the foundation of everything. And if you can give them the right nutrients, you can give your cells, and therefore your health, a huge power-up. Imagine being surprised to discover that your joints are supported to promote ease of movement. Your skin is glowing and smile lines have faded. Your memory is sharp and clear, and your recall quicker than it's been in decades. And it doesn't matter if you've had a lifetime of bad habits, like smoking or eating an unhealthy diet, because the lies you're told about aging are pure nonsense, and you no longer have to believe the aging lies. Lies, lies. Now, I'm going to drop another truth bomb on you. Most of the health challenges you're facing right now are caused by one thing. If your cells aren't healthy, you're a sitting duck. But it doesn't have to happen. Not to you. I'll show you how to stop your cells from prematurely aging and how to 10-time your energy levels. Did you catch that? It doesn't have to happen to you. If your cells aren't healthy, there's no way you can experience optimum health and longevity. So how do you keep those cells energized and healthy? Well, it's not as hard as you think. In fact, it's never been easier thanks to the discovery of a remarkable longevity mineral, which I'll tell you about in just a few. If you go to the doctor and say you've been experiencing brain fog or fatigue and you're over 40, they'll tell you it's just an unavoidable part of getting older. Translation, there's nothing you can do, so get over it. It's the same type of cynical answer my father got about his heart. But here's the thing. There's a reason 20-year-olds have more energy and can bounce back more easily from pretty much anything. The answer is in your cells. All of your energy for all your cells is produced by tiny organelles called mitochondria. They pump out molecules called ATP, which is the basis of energy for pretty much all living things. But let me ask you this. When was the last time your doctor asked about your mitochondria? Or did any tests to see how they're doing? A 2016 study by the National Institutes of Health proved that the symptoms of aging, like fatigue, aches and pains, brain fog, are all closely tied to your mitochondria. And it makes sense, right? If your heart cells aren't producing enough energy, you're not getting nutrients delivered to the right places. Wastes and toxins aren't being filtered out as quickly. And if your brain cells aren't producing enough, you start feeling sluggish and tired, no matter how much sleep you get. Faulty mitochondria means low energy, low focus, and worse. And it's not just people who have big dramatic heart attacks like my father who need to take care of their cells. Over time, as you're exposed to toxins, pollution, free radicals, your mitochondria have a harder time producing energy. They break down. They become less efficient. So you can put in the same healthy food and nutrition and exercise as you did 20 years ago, but your body won't feel the same. Think about it this way. When you're squeezing a lemon for your tea or detox blend, it's easy to get juice when you start out, but eventually you'll have to squeeze harder to get the same amount of juice. In other words, it takes more energy to keep your body healthy. That's why you feel drained all the time. And if you have a big traumatic event like my father did, your mitochondria can just go offline forever. The standard treatments for survivors of heart failure, heart attack, or stroke maintain your heart at about 60% of its previous capacity at best. But you can wake your mitochondria back up and give them a huge jumpstart. Let me tell you about the ingredients you need to rejuvenate and energize every cell in your body. I like to call them super cell nutrients. Super cell nutrient number 1. You need 13 pounds per day of this. It's the unusual sugar that powers up your heart 24/7. This special sugar, called D-ribose, is a key ingredient in ATP. D-ribose allows your mitochondria to squeeze harder to get more energy and nutrition out of the food you eat. As a result, it also boosts any supplements you take for your mitochondria, like CoQ10. Studies show that every single day, your heart needs 13 pounds of D-ribose just to function. Dr. Ward Bond, PhD, host of the daily TV show Dr. Bond's Think Natural, confirms this. It doesn't matter whether we are talking about hearts or muscles, if we are healthy or sick, or if we are old or young. Certain consistencies remain. Cells need D-ribose. I've seen the power of this special sugar firsthand. D-ribose was one of the main ingredients that helped my dad jumpstart his life again. You cannot afford to wait until you have a heart event to add this powerful heart saver to your daily life. The power of D-ribose can supercharge your heart's pumping action and do so much more for you. D-ribose can improve blood flow through the heart, makes blood flow easier through tissues by up to 64%, energizes tired muscles, including your heart, increases oxygen and CO2 exchange through the lungs so you can breathe easier, keeps blood flowing freely and easily. If you want more energy and more vitality, D-ribose is my #1 recommendation. Now, D-ribose is the main nutrient I used to help my father get his life back when no one believed he could. But in my research, I discovered a treasure trove of natural ingredients that take D-ribose to the next level. You see, cellular energy isn't just about feeling more alert. It's about providing your cells with what they need to stay functioning at maximum capacity. Supercell nutrient number 2, the longevity mineral, instantly delivers nutrients to all your cells. Unfortunately, mitochondria aren't the only thing you need to worry about. They're only one part of the wonderful complexity of your cells. Your cells have walls that contain everything you need to live. But over time, just like your mitochondria, your cell walls start to decay. This can cause tears and holes in your cell walls, like Swiss cheese. The older your cells, the more holes develop on the outer walls. It's an unfortunate side effect of the modern world we live in our modern world full of toxins. So there's really no way to avoid it. And if you experience any sort of trauma like my dad did, the breakdown worsens. It's like pouring gasoline on a fire. But you can still fight it. It's called calcium 2 aminoethyl phosphate, or the longevity mineral, but you can call it calcium 2 AEP for short. It's a game changer. It rebuilds cells and seals up holes in your cell membranes, like spackle patching up a nail hole in a wall. Once calcium 2 AEP comes in contact with the cell, it mimics your natural cell structure and rebuilds it. Calcium 2 AEP creates an invisible anti-aging shield for every cell in your body. Now you have a protective barrier around every cell to keep out unwanted intruders, just like you had at 20 years old. And the power of this special mineral compound cannot be overstated. You see, calcium 2 AEP is the creation of one of the most important yet little known men in anti-aging science. Celebrities, royal families, and former presidents flock to this world-renowned scientist who discovered this special form of calcium to rejuvenate your cells. Dr. Hans Nieper. Dr. Nieper served as the director of medicine at the highly acclaimed Paracelsus Silbersee Hospital in Hanover, Germany. His address book was a Rolodex of who's who, jam-packed with celebrities, presidents, and royalty. That's right, Princess Caroline of Monaco, John Wayne, Anthony Quinn, and Yul Brynner, were just some of the A-list patients of Dr. I wanted to create something special. I shared my research on D-ribose, calcium 2 AEP, and other promising ingredients with him. It took many months of trial and error. Thousands of emails flew back and forth between the lab and me. We had hundreds of phone calls and even pulled a few all-nighters. I spent all my hard-earned retirement savings getting this research and formula together, but it was worth it for my dad. Together with the top lab scientists, we finally created the perfect combination of nutrients to energize someone on a cellular level, so I could help Dad get back to the strong, healthy, and working man he always was. Stick with me here and I'll give you the names of each of the 7 nutrients we put together in this cellular energy formula. Feel free to take some notes. I want everyone to have the same powerful energy source my father did. The next supercell nutrient we discovered was a huge booster for the first 2 ingredients. Supercell nutrient number 3, slow aging to a crawl. Create more youthful skin cells and reduce wrinkles by 38%, thanks to Mother Nature's beauty mineral, the mitochondrial regenerator. It's called methylsulfonylmethane, or MSM for short. Back in my 30s, I discovered that a spoonful of MSM crystals dissolved in water every day, twice a day, soothed my breakouts. In about a month, my skin became smoother, my breakouts stopped, and over time, my scars began to fade away. But it's not just a beauty treatment. Super abundant in every plant, animal, and human, MSM is one of the most essential minerals crucial to cellular regeneration. MSM fills in the gaps, making your skin look smoother, more hydrated, and radiant. Your mitochondria craves MSM. You see, your mitochondria are a bit sensitive. Medical News Today reports, inflammation turns mitochondria into toxic factories. Specifically, inflammation flips a switch in mitochondria that makes them produce reactive oxygen species, also known as free radicals. So the solution is obvious, right? We have to turn down the inflammation. The reason MSM is so powerful is it shuts down one of the most prominent inflammation pathways in your body called NF-κB. A study by the Center for Nutraceutical and Dietary Supplement Research found that the inhibitory effect of MSM on NF-κB results in the downregulation of even more inflammatory pathways. Sort of a snowball effect to cool off inflammation in your body and keep your mitochondria producing energy at peak efficiency. MSM is one of the best ways to age in reverse. But that's not all. Inflammation is such a core problem to every process in our bodies that I added not 1, but 2 more inflammation fighters to this formula for my father. The first groundbreaking inflammation soother is supercell nutrient number 4, better than turmeric. Now when you think about managing inflammation, turmeric may come to mind. Sure, turmeric is one of the most well-known nutrients that support healthy inflammation levels. I definitely wanted to include a natural compound that would be as potent as turmeric, since I knew from my own personal weight loss struggles when I was over 100 pounds heavier. My doctor told me that I suffered from out-of-control inflammation. The only way my inflammation levels went back down to a healthy level was when I started shedding the pounds and taking turmeric. So I knew that maintaining healthy inflammation levels in check is one of the powerful ways to help you live better. So I called the head lab scientist and asked him what he thought about turmeric for my father. He said, "I think I have something better. Let me get back to you." Then 2 days later, the head lab scientist excitedly called me. He told me about 2 powerful deep sea nutrients that have been shown to support healthy inflammation levels like nothing else on earth. Even better than turmeric. Turmeric is great, don't get me wrong, but as you may know, it's not very bioavailable. So you have to take it with piperine or black pepper extract to increase absorption. And to get the absolute best piperine, well, it can get pretty expensive. So we thought, why not get something that can take on inflammation without any unnecessary ingredients? The first is called marine phytoplankton. It's a tiny microalgae packed with bioactive omega-3 fatty acids and potent chlorophyll that supports healthy inflammation levels. Marine phytoplankton actually has more omega-3s by weight than fish oil. In fact, half the weight of phytoplankton is pure omega-3 fatty acid. And because they have short lifespans, you don't have to worry about environmental toxins accumulating like with fish. Better yet, because of its nano cell size, 5 to 7 times smaller than a red blood cell, marine phytoplankton easily crosses the blood-brain barrier, where it's quickly absorbed into your cells where it's needed most, to give your hardworking brain and body the nourishment it needs. When you support healthy inflammation levels with marine phytoplankton, your mitochondria stay in tip-top shape, producing effortless energy for your heart, brain, and immune system. You'll be shocked how good you feel when you take care of your mitochondria, and there's still more to go. The second marine protector that knocks out free radicals is Supercell nutrient number 5, the $39 million deep sea secret. You may have heard of resveratrol or green tea as antioxidants that can manage inflammation, but have you ever heard of the edible brown seaweed known as the wonder plant of the sea? Scientists in South Korea spent $39 million researching this dynamic deep sea nutrient called Eklonia cava that unlocks your body's rejuvenating potential with unique and powerful antioxidants to douse the fire of inflammation. Eklonia cava is fat and water soluble, which means it can penetrate deep into nerve cells, brain cells, liver cells, and more to trap and destroy harmful free radicals that cause inflammation. Better than resveratrol and green tea, which are only water soluble and can't penetrate deep into your cell membranes. Unique and powerful Eklonia cava knocks out free radicals from your cells that make you feel old. Once we came up with this list of 5 superstar ingredients, the head scientist emailed me extremely pleased with this formula. "So are you ready to finalize this?" he said. I knew it was an amazing formula for cellular health and vibrant energy for every system in the body. But I didn't want amazing. I wanted perfect, a one-stop formula to support all the important functions of the body. I wasn't taking any chances when it came to my father's health. So I pushed for 2 more ingredients, 2 of the most proven and exciting nutrients that I've ever seen in my research. Supercell nutrient number 6. Brain cells light up and anxiety melts away, thanks to this 10,000-year-old brain activator. Energy is not just about your heart or your muscles or getting a good night's sleep. It's about how you feel throughout the day, the clarity and quickness of thought, and being able to do everything you want to do without brain fog creeping in. It turns out the brain only counts for 2% of your body weight, but uses a full 20% of your energy. So if you're not taking care of your brain, it's no wonder you feel so foggy and sluggish. I wanted to keep my father's mind as sharp as his mitochondria. The answer to combating fatigue and scattered thinking has been hidden in plain sight high in the Himalayan mountains for more than 10,000 years. A legendary brain booster called Shilajit oozes from deep within the mountain. It is a sticky black resin that has been eaten for millennia to gain enhanced clarity, improved focus, and endless energy. How often could you use a pick-me-up like that? A study published in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease showed exactly how powerful Shilajit really is. The researchers proved this ancient nutrient acts as a nootropic when taken, a fancy way of saying this spectacular mineral is a powerful brain enhancer. Once Shilajit is digested, it stimulates nerve pathways in the brain to ease anxiety, quicken recall, and enhance learning ability. I ordered an ultra-purified and super potent form of Shilajit called fulvic acid in this formula, and I still wasn't done. the final ingredient would load all of the benefits into perfect formation to protect my father's mitochondria, his cells, his brain, and his entire immune system. Because even with all these extraordinary ingredients, scientific studies show that nearly 1 in 4 of us are lacking in this immune system protecting nutrient by over 63%. This nutrient can't be easily found in food, yet it can shield your immune system from the ravages of viruses, toxins, environmental pollutants, and much more like no other. So I asked the lab to include a little something extra. One nutrient you desperately need to protect your cells on multiple levels is vitamin D. More specifically, it's vitamin D3. Sure, it's not as sexy as a mysterious superfood found on Mount Everest, but as I said before, most people are deficient by a huge margin, which is a shame because vitamin D3 has been shown to help maintain a healthy mood. Vitamin D3, once converted by your liver and kidneys, creates hormone-like activity that your brain receptors need to boost your mood. Bone health. Got vitamin D3? Contrary to popular opinion, vitamin D3 is what your body needs for strong bones and muscles. Without it, your body can't even absorb calcium. Studies suggest that baby boomers who take vitamin D3 seem to fall less often. It is believed this is due to better muscle function. Immune support. Its immune protecting properties are well proven and a must-have for any supplement regimen. The Harvard University School of Public Health reports the active form of vitamin D tempers the damaging inflammatory response, while it also boosts immune cells' production of microbe-fighting proteins. That's why I had to add all natural vitamin D3 as cholecalciferol to this formulation. This is the exact type of vitamin D which is made by the skin when exposed to sunlight. And if you live in a colder area, like most people, you may hunker down for the winter and rarely go outside during the day. But if you don't get enough vitamin D3, you could suffer from a bad case of the winter blues and feel more anxious and sluggish. So, to help you feel happy rather than blue, the sunshine vitamin can help get you through whatever season or challenge you face. Finally, the formula was complete, a perfect cellular health cocktail for energy, inflammation, and brain health. Now, you can go ahead and try to get all these nutrients separately, but there are a lot of bad apples out there. And to get the truly pure supplements, you have to pay a pretty penny. I would know, I paid the tab myself. So in a moment, I'll show you where you can get the highest quality version of this formula for much cheaper than buying them separately. But first, you might be wondering, did it work? Once I got my hands on the supplement, I offered to take it with my father in a show of support. The results were life-changing. I'm thrilled my dad was willing to give it a try because now the grandkids are saying, "Hey, Grandpa, slow down." He laughs because he realized that the occasional aches and pains he used to worry about are no longer a concern, and they can't keep up with him. His memory is sharper. No more frustrating memory slips, brain fog, absent-mindedness, or forgetfulness. He wakes up each morning with increased energy and stamina. From now on, he's the captain of a ship. He can choose to do whatever he wants when he wants. He can chop wood, go for long walks, or build a deck. His list never ends. He proudly attended my youngest sister's graduation this year, when just a year ago, we didn't even know if he would survive. I just wanted my dad to be able to do what he loved and to be around to watch his treasured grandkids grow up and get married. And my results also came in hot, and I do mean hot. I stayed so busy caring for him and getting this formula together, I didn't have time to maintain my own health. There wasn't a minute in the day to obsess about how I looked and felt. I powered through on autopilot because Dad needed constant care. I'm sure you can relate. I only took the formula to make sure he would take it too. While Dad got a new lease on life, so did I. Before, I had avoided looking at myself unless absolutely necessary. When you don't look or feel your best, depressed. You think you're invisible. You tend to stop smiling. You start to wear big t-shirts and stretchy pants because you think you look like a stuffed sausage. You even avoid having your picture taken. You don't want anyone to see that the youth and vitality has drained out of you. I used to cry when I was alone because of how bad I felt about myself. But not anymore. One day my husband said, "You look great." He tapped me playfully on the butt and made a tiger sound. It made me blush for the first time in a long time. And I went to look at myself. When I caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror, my skin looked firmer, my hair was thick and shiny, and my waistline was back. That flirty gleam in my eye had returned because I was finally giving my body what it really needed to function. And as a result, I'm turning my husband's head again and feeling as radiant inside and out, as if I were still in my 20s. Here's the thing though, I never planned to share this formula with anyone. It was a personal mission for me, for my father. But when I realized that it worked for me too, someone who hadn't had a catastrophic heart attack, but still needed some help living my best life, I knew I had to get it into as many hands as possible. This formula brought Dad back to an active and healthy life and helped me reclaim my youthful energy and spark. And it can do the same for you. So the lab and I geared up to create a limited run of the formula that saved my father and rekindled my love of life. I'm thrilled to introduce you to this revolutionary formula we're calling CellXRenewal. CellXRenewal is the only all-in-one cell rejuvenation formula of its kind. It's the latest breakthrough in cellular health science. You've seen the proven science behind all 7 ingredients, and that this life-changing formula can help you live better, stronger, more fully. That's what it did for my father and me. CellXRenewal packs a ton of cellular energy support into one little capsule. 1. D-ribose increases blood flow to revitalize your heart, brain, blood vessels, and lungs with the spark plug that creates energy in every cell in your body. 2. Calcium 2 AEP rejuvenates cells and DNA to their most robust health. 3. MSM supports a healthy inflammation response for maximum mitochondrial power. 4. Marine phytoplankton sends in your cell's natural garbage collectors to rid your body of cellular debris to support a healthy inflammatory response and power up energy levels. 5. Eclonia cava knocks out free radicals, giving you potent antioxidants to support healthy inflammatory response and keep your body functioning at peak capacity. 6. Shilajit gets back your razor-sharp mind to regain deeper focus, quicker recall, support long-term memory, and ease anxiety levels. 7. Vitamin D3 powers up your immune system to lower your risk of illness and balance your mood. Now look, you can feel free to go and source these ingredients I shared with you today. There's a reason I revealed every single one in this video. No marketing gimmicks where I sell you a PDF just to find out the name of some wonder spice. I really do want everyone to be able to access the power of this formula. But not only did I work with the scientists to figure out the perfect dosage for each ingredient, I also sourced the purest versions with the highest quality. I took it myself and gave it to my father. CellXRenewal is the real deal. Not to mention it gets expensive when you buy each of these 7 ingredients separately. In every serving, you get the remarkable rejuvenating power of D-ribose, which could run you about $25, Calcium 2 AEP, which costs about $30 per bottle. MSM goes for $16 for a bottle. Marine phytoplankton rings up at about $38 for higher quality. Eclonia cava is $51 because it's pretty hard to source the pure form. Shilajit in the form of fulvic acid. I've seen pure Shilajit cost almost $50 for just 3.5 ounces. And vitamin D3 adds another $10. That's about $220 if you go get all these nutrients by themselves. But you won't pay anywhere near that for a bottle of CellXRenewal. Before I show you how to get CellXRenewal for yourself, let me ask you a question. Could you use a transformation like the ones my dad and I experienced? Maybe it's not recovering from a heart attack and falling off of a roof. Maybe it's not reclaiming your youthful glow and vivacity to catch your spouse's eye again. But you know the ideal version of yourself you want to achieve. What's holding you back? It's not that you're lazy or that you're not trying hard enough. Especially in these recent wild times, it's easy to feel drained and even harder to bring ourselves to make a change. But if you can supply your body with the nutrition and energy it needs, there will be nothing standing in your way to the life you want. I know it seems sort of dramatic to say, but the best way to get the energy to achieve what you want to achieve is to take care of the cells that give you your energy. That's why I made this video. Because health isn't just about living longer, it's about living a life that you love. What good is it if your cholesterol numbers are perfect if you're unhappy? The life you want is possible. If you don't take opportunities when they're presented to you, nothing will change. I made CellXRenewal with all the love in my heart for my sick father, and now you can use it to stun your friends, your spouse, your family, and yourself as you turn back the clock and restore the endless energy and youthful glow you once had. Choose CellXRenewal, and I personally guarantee that you will notice the difference. More on that guarantee in a moment. Imagine waking up full of energy, feeling healthier, and seeing a more vibrant version of yourself in the bathroom mirror each morning. Your friends will ask you to share your secret. It takes less than 60 seconds a day to keep your youth and vitality. One simple 5-second routine. Just 2 easy-to-swallow vegetarian capsules. That's all it takes for you to rebuild and rejuvenate every cell in your body. How can you get your hands on CellXRenewal? Here's the great news. The next shipment of CellXRenewal is reserved for viewers of this video. But you must act quickly. This batch will be snapped up in no time at all. Plus, people all over the world are discovering this incredible formula for themselves. And they're ordering as many as 6 bottles or more at a time. This means that demand will likely outpace supply very soon. Out of stock can happen at any time. CellXRenewal is formulated with powerful ingredients that are responsibly sourced from around the world. If the supply chains get disrupted, like we recently experienced with the global pandemic, supplies may run out. For example, if a supplier of raw Eklonia kava, Korean brown seaweed, has a bad harvest, it could take months before I'm able to get that ingredient to produce more CellXRenewal. All manufacturing stops until the ingredient is available for a production run of at least 600 bottles. It could mean you'll be without this cellular rejuvenation breakthrough for months. That's just the way it is. These processes are how I maintain the highest quality formula. I'd hate to see you click away from this video just to see a big out of stock banner on this page. As someone who has seen my life changed by this formula, I wouldn't take that risk. When you order today, you'll be able to reserve up to 6 bottles of CellXRenewal. That means you can stock up on a 6-month supply of CellXRenewal today. And the great news is that the more you decide to invest in right now, the more you save. You see, I was urged to price it at $297 per bottle. After all, just the raw ingredients run about $220, not to mention the cost of the manufacturing process, all the research and personal money I put into this project. Plus, I have to eat and pay my mortgage, but I said no. Then I was told it should be no lower than $199 per bottle, and I said, no, I need to keep it affordable. In order to cover the costs of high-quality natural ingredients, lab manufacturing fees, and dedication to creating one of the most advanced cellular health supplements available today, CellXRenewal has a suggested retail price of $149, which is an absolute steal in its own right. It's my goal to help 200,000 people live longer and stronger within the next year. That's my obsession. I've already started. Here are some stories from people taking CellXRenewal.
CellXRenewal targets an aspect of health and anti-aging that I've literally never seen before. Yet once you understand it, it makes total sense. Your cells age because as your cell walls harden, nutrients can get in, and those cells, all of them, are becoming malnourished. CellXRenewal helps repair those cell walls so your cells get those nutrients inside the cells where they can be used. I have to say, after testing this product, my energy levels started getting better and better. Being a fitness trainer, I eat pretty well and thought my energy levels were already good. This was an eye-opener for me because I definitely noticed a difference. This is a product I would highly recommend if you want to turn back the clock and look and feel better.
Better from the inside out. I've always taken good care of myself, and as the years went by, I thought I was aging pretty well. People would tell me that I looked younger than I actually was, and I certainly didn't feel my age, even into my 50s. But then something changed, and that something was that I started looking older and feeling older. I found more lines in my face, my hair was thinning, and my skin was thinning. About the same time, I had a bone scan and found out that my bones were thinning. What was worse, I would come home after work, sit down, and sometimes fall asleep like a really, really old person. But I'm a fighter, so I started researching. I've always taken vitamins, so I needed something more than just regular run-of-the-mill multivitamins. When I found CellXRenewal, I was attracted right away to the quality of the product and the big bonus of 0 mysterious chemical ingredients. I'm not falling asleep in the chair anymore, my skin is looking more youthful, and the calcium delivery mechanism makes me confident my bones are better off too. I have a big increase in energy, and I feel like I can handle stress better. I go through my day feeling confident and attractive and happier, not worried about aging too fast.
And I realize that the more affordable I can make CellXRenewal, the more likely it is that I'll reach my goal. That's why right now, if you order today, you won't need to spend $149 per bottle or even $99 per bottle. You'll be able to secure a full 6-month supply for just $49 per bottle at today's already exclusive low pricing. If you go with this option, I have 2 free gifts reserved for you today, valued at $39.90. Free gift number 1 is my special report, Use It or Lose It, How to Keep Your Brain Youthful to 100 and Beyond, a $19.95 value. Inside, you'll discover the number 1 reason why your brain is hardening, how it prevents you from learning new skills and information, increases your risk of dementia, and what you can do to reverse it, the common habit that actually causes brain drain. Plus, what to do instead to safeguard your thinking. How the Richard Simmons secret quickly boosts brain cells. Researchers say it can make your brain bigger and keep your memories crystal clear. Why you must have the mother of all antioxidants to safeguard your brain cells, but you can't get it from just any old supplement, and your brain is starving for it. The best games you can play to keep your brain agile, no matter what your age. Discover the fun ways you can flex your brain, gain mental clarity, and lose the brain fog. Hint, crossword puzzles don't work. And much more. Free gift number 2 is my special report, Stop the Pain Naturally, Ease Pain Naturally, and Regain Control of Your Life, a $19.95 value. Drugs can only do so much. The rest is up to you. Sore neck, bad back, bum knee, why traditional pain relief approaches don't work. To get rid of the pain, you need to think outside the box. Discover pain-relieving light therapy, ancient exercises, and more. How to get real relief from sciatica, migraines, and lower back pain with proven holistic remedies that are safe and effective. The simple life hacks can reduce pain by 56%. No risks or side effects. Why your pain isn't all in your head. How to become your own advocate and preserve your health without becoming addicted to painkillers, and much more. Let me sum up what you're getting with the 6-bottle best deal today. 6 bottles of CellXRenewal at a $100 savings per bottle. Your 2 free bonus reports, a $39.90 value. Free shipping, a $9.95 value. 6-month, no questions asked. Ironclad, 100% risk-free money-back guarantee. For a total of $649.85 in savings and gifts. But this special 6-bottle deal is only available while supplies of CellXRenewal are in stock. You must click the button below to place your order right away. You'll be taken to a page where you can review everything you're getting before it's final. And I made sure that you won't be charged again unless you place another order. I urge you to be quick. This batch will be snapped up in no time at all. My first batch of 1,600 bottles sold out in 9 days. I can't promise CellXRenewal will be offered at such a low price forever. My customer care team will get your order of CellXRenewal in the mail as soon as you order your bottles. Your shipment takes about 3 to 5 business days to arrive in the US. When the delivery man knocks on your door, I'm sure you'll want to tear open the package and try CellXRenewal right away. So go ahead. It's time to experience firsthand everything I've talked about 100% risk-free today. Yes, risk-free. Feel and look younger, or it's free. You have our 1-year, 365-day, no questions asked, ironclad money-back guarantee. CellXRenewal is one of the most advanced supplements available today. In fact, I'm so convinced you'll feel younger, stronger, and revitalized after taking CellXRenewal for just a couple of weeks. I'm willing to back every bottle with our ironclad guarantee. In short, if CellXRenewal doesn't exceed your expectations in boosting overall health, lifting your mood, sharpening your memory, and infusing you with more energy than you've had in years, then you don't pay a cent. Send back any unused bottles of CellXRenewal within the next 365 days, and my friendly customer care team will issue you a full and prompt refund. There's no risk here. If for any reason, or no reason at all, you feel this is not for you, simply send my customer care team an email or give them a call, and we'll be more than happy to give you a 100% money-back refund minus shipping and handling. No hassles, no questions asked, no hoops to jump through. But that's not all. I guaranteed you'll get free shipping when you try our 3 or 6 bottle option. That's an additional $9.95 savings. You've seen the clinical studies showing how CellXRenewal can protect your health at the cellular level. Yet, the best results come from longer use. That's when your results go from great to amazing. And that's why folks are buying multiple bottles at a time, hoarding them like treasure. They never want to run out of this life-changing cellular health formula. So this is it. You've reached a fork in the road, and it's time to make a choice. You can either click away from this page and continue living drained and fatigued. Your brain fog and low energy will keep you from working hard enough to get that promotion or write that novel. Or you can try the life-changing formula I used to save my father's life, and by accident, mine. Imagine waking up each morning fully revitalized, vibrant, brimming with natural all-day energy, and bursting with excitement to see a happier and healthier you in the mirror. The choice is yours. If you're sick of not having the energy to live the life you want, of putting off your dreams to tomorrow because you had a long day, if you want to enjoy life more on a daily basis, I urge you to claim a risk-free trial of CellXRenewal today. Once again, shipping is free when you order 3 bottles or more. Click the button below to view your ordering options. Just remember, this offer is available for a limited time. You have nothing to lose and a brand new life to claim. Thank you so much for your time. To secure your supply of CellXRenewal today, just scroll down and claim 6 of the bottles available today, or any other package you want below. Once you've done that, you'll then be taken to our 100% secure order page, where you'll enter your details. And as soon as you've entered your order, my friendly customer care